In case no one told you, I am rooting for you today. We all need to hear that. We all need to root for each other. We all need to help each other. We all need to inspire each other. Root for people, and other people will root for you. I'm rooting for you, my friends. I'm rooting for everybody. I want you guys to have a good life. I want you to have a fun life, a successful life, and enjoy life. I really, really, really do, my friends. Let's get into the conversation tonight, what the topic is about, because I know this stream, I will look back, and many of us will look back in a couple years and watch this one and go, wow, like that's where he finally figured it out. Welcome to 365 Days of Human Transformation, the 365-Day Human Transformation series. That's a little hint tonight. Kind of kept the name the same, but changed a little bit. If you don't know me, I'm S1H. I'm going on a mental, physical, emotional, and even a spiritual journey while building the most human company at the same time, working to unite people and change the world and make it better. So now let's talk about the topic tonight, because I'm excited because I solved the format of what I want to do with this entire show. After 25 shows of showing up, feeling that I was a little scattered, feeling that I was a little lost, consistently going back to the drawing board that you guys couldn't see, and having about 80 pages to 90 pages of documents, and looking at how I wanted to build this over the next 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and 5 years, and 10 years. And I just couldn't get to the grasp of how I wanted to do this. And this part is I'm going to call this the journey part, and I'm going to explain to you what I mean in a minute. But this part was actually really hard, because it's easy just to come on video and talk. It's easy to come on and choose a subject, but it's hard to try and package something together for you guys so you really understand what I'm trying to do and it really makes sense. It's easier for, like, say, a fitness influencer, for example, because they can go, I talk about fitness, I talk about weight loss, I talk about diet, I go to the gym, and here's what it does. Maybe a little bit of mind in there, right? So it's like, okay, it's easy. But with me trying to show the whole human journey and show you kind of behind the scenes of a lot of stuff that I'm doing, this part was actually very, very hard for me, because I had to package it all together so everybody understood what I was doing, because I got like 5 subjects in one that I'm working to build my life. And so I didn't really know how to convey that to everybody. And so, right, because it gets kind of scattered. Well, is he a fitness guy? Is he a mindset guy? Is he a compassion guy? Is he a business guy? Is he right? And so you got to put that all together, because I wanted to just show you my life. But then you show everyone your life and they're like, well, this guy's like all over the map. And I kind of feel like my first kind of like 25 shows, like especially the very like first ones, were kind of like a little bit all over the map, where I'm like, okay, I'm fasting in these 3 and then I'm doing this in here. And I didn't just feel I had that strong concept. And I think there's actually a ton of learning into this for everybody, because it's not just business, or it's not just success, or you can translate this into all areas of your life. Because often when you're just working towards stuff, you've got to just get in motion, and it shouldn't be perfect, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And a lot of times you just figure things out as you go. And that's how you get good, without testing. And a lot of people don't even start. And like, I'm 25 shows in now. This is my 26th show in a row. And I've done some morning ones in the same day. So I don't know, what's that, 35 shows I'm in without missing a day? So I figured out more stuff than the average person will figure out, right? And that's like everything, fitness too. The more you do it, you figure out, okay, this time eating's good for me, going to the gym or a walk is better for me at this time, I sleep better at this time. So just figure it out and jump in. So what did I solve tonight after it did? All right, this is finalized, my friends. 3 pillars of the S1H journey. All right, mind, heart, and journey. That's how the format's going to be. Mind is discipline, rewiring, the mind stuff, and then fitness. That's, and of course, fitness, I'm talking overall health, because I'm going to show you guys too, like things like how I try to keep my cells healthy and my blood healthy and all that type of stuff as well too. Not just working out and losing weight and stuff like that, but I'll be taking you guys to the gym with me too. Then heart. So heart is like the compassion, the unity, the humanity piece, right? So that all comes together. And then the journey. So the journey is the business, the real life, and the kind of leadership stuff. And that will be me building the most human company, which goes into every piece here. And that's a lot of my life, by the way. Like, that is my life. And so you guys will start to understand then, oh, okay, today he's talking about mind. Another, episode I'm talking about heart. Another episode I'm talking about the entire journey of, say, building the most human company and stuff like that. So you'll really start to kind of understand the whole thing. And you might not be into building the most human company. You might not be into that because you might like me going out and doing the compassion stuff more, but you'll see that piece helps me get to the compassion stuff. It helps us help way more people. It all ties together in a big way, and you'll get it because you'll be rooting for the company. Well, hopefully you'll root for me because the more I win, the more we help people and change the world. And so then I decided, how can I show you guys all this too along the way, the transformation. So what I started working on is a transformation scorecard, which maybe you guys will want to follow one day. I'm just kind of hashing it out, but you'll see how did I transform mind, body, transform business, and kind of put it all together. So it actually kind of keeps a score and a track of everything so we can see how the transformation is evolving. And then, of course, it rolls into 3 big goals that ties into everything that I had. And there's reasons for this. 1 million subs on YouTube. There's a reason for that, not vanity. 1 million people impacted via compassion, connection, and humanity, which I know we can do because I've got the connections to help us do that. And then, of course, me building the most human company, building a 7-figure human company. And that's apart from all my other business stuff, right? And so I'm changing even a lot of my business stuff I'm doing right now. Just everything I do is human, right? So we've started to give up certain business stuff, certain clients I even work with, because it's just now everything has to map to humanity in some way, shape, or form in anything that I do. Now, you might be like, oh, 1 million YouTube subs, that's a goal of yours. So you got to understand, I don't really care as much about the subs. A lot of people are if you look at a lot of the YouTubers, you know exactly, they want to get to 1 million because they want to make money, they want the ad revenue and they want all that type of stuff, right? And I don't have any, there's nothing wrong with them making money. That's fine with that. But I just have a way bigger purpose than that, right? Because I know if this channel, when it gets to 1 million, say subs, that's 1 million that we've helped guaranteed impact the loneliness epidemic. Guaranteed somebody's come in and they've started to feel more inspired and their self-esteem might have went up. There's a kid that might have come in and been like, man, I like this community. I've built so many different things that I've seen this happen a million times, my friends. It really does impact people. And so I just know we've created so many more connections in the world because as I keep growing, I'm going to have a connection night where we all connect, live global connection. And we'll get to know each other. And that could make somebody feel like they belong. Somebody might just be starting to visualize better and they change their thoughts in their mind. There's just so many ways, but I know and then more people are doing compassion and being more kind and stuff like that, which maps to the other one. So I have a way bigger purpose than just those numbers. And then I looked at, 1 million lives 1 million impacted lives impacted through compassion and connection. And I want to touch on the loneliness epidemic. So they're all going to come together. I'm going to have the specifics of how we're getting to the 1 million and the steps and how it helps and everything like that. I'm just putting that document together. And then, of course, the 7-figure human company is just kind of the business goal that we're working to get to around the human stuff. So I really feel I really nailed it now, and got to understand, you guys, it took me more than 25 days because before that, I even started this. I was working on this stuff for 2 months, going through a million things, and I still hadn't got it. I think there's a really good lesson there. I just started. I just said, let's go start this. And I wasn't obviously solidified on the concept yet, solidified on things. As a matter of fact, I've changed in the shows along the way. If you really look, I was saying one thing a little bit kind of on the same thing, but then another little thing. And then I just felt man, I'm just not hitting it. And then, because some of our shorts went viral, big, like 2.9 million, some of our other ones, 100,000 and stuff like that. And I was able to look at comments, and I was able to take feedback from the comments too, to help me design what I wanted to design. So that was a big part of you guys too, of coming in and commenting and stuff like that. So, hey Shin, how you doing? Good to see you. Awesome. Good to see you on. It was just good to have you back. I was just explaining how I finally found the concept tonight of the whole mission of what we're going to do. You'll have to, I won't repeat the whole thing, but go back and watch the start later on, because like I was saying, I finally got the mission of what I wanted, right? So mind, heart, and journey. And so all the three will be the pillars of what I do to build this out. And so it took me a little bit. Welcome back, by the way, too. I really appreciate it. Hey, we had a good show the other night. We had a whole bunch of people on the other night. So that's on that. Now, so I went also too a little bit. I've been now no alcohol I've been no alcohol. No worries. It's good. Hey, we're all busy, my friend. We're all busy. So whenever you jump on, it's just good to see. I mean, we had a really good show. We had our biggest show the other night. We had quite a few, people on for obviously a new show streaming, and people coming in and talking and sent me messages later and stuff like that. And a lot said they're going to keep coming back and stuff like that. So yeah, but I appreciate that, I always say you can watch anyone else's content. So I really appreciate when people come and watch our content. I was just saying for me too, it's been September, it's been 78 days now where I haven't touched a drop of alcohol. Now, for everyone listening, I didn't drink a lot before. Well, the younger years I did, like we went out partied. But like the last, while I maybe had like 10, 15 drinks in a month or so. But I can tell you this with 100% certainty. It reminded me of staying disciplined, which helped everything else on me. It cleared my mind. I have way more energy, and I'm not sluggish at all. So the benefits of just stopping alcohol have been massive for me. And you got to understand, like, it wasn't like, even if I had like a couple drinks, when I go to bed, my sleep pattern was off a little bit, and I just didn't have that extra 100% motivation. I really don't think if I still would have been like even just moderately drinking, that I would have not been able to do this. Not every day. Like I could have done it 3 days a week, 4 days a week, but there was no way that I could have done 365 days straight. No way. I wouldn't have had a chance. And so, like I already said, I'm into day 26 now without missing a day. And I've had 3 days in my 26 days where I was like, oh man, am I gonna make it? Like if you watch last night's show, I just about didn't make it because everything screwed up in my day, and I really had to man, it was just crazy, and I made it. And then, and it was my own fault because yesterday because of the audio. And so I didn't set myself up properly yesterday, and I dug my own hole yesterday, and then I had to dig myself out of the hole with my own not being organized and preparing, and just about missed streaming. So if you guys didn't watch yesterday's show, you'll see like what a hard day I had, and like I just about couldn't even film at home because I was going to fall asleep, and I had to go outside, right? And I think that when people see that, I really hope that can just inspire you guys in some areas of your life sometimes, just to realize like you have so much more in you than you know, and we only use a tiny portion of our capabilities inside of us, and you can do so much more, and so that's why I believe in people so much too. Because I know that they can just dig down a little more, and it's just not about that too. Like maybe somebody's struggling with mental health or struggling, with drugs and alcohol. There's just so much, right, to have a great life. And I've been through it all. That's the thing, you guys. You just got to understand. I mean, I partied hard drug-wise, even when my life looked successful and I was building businesses. Like we were still, like people always think when people do drugs, it's like people that are down and out. Well, I knew doctors, lawyers, police officers, like you name it. I knew all these like supposedly highly successful people were probably doing more drugs than anybody down and out because they had money. So it goes, it goes into so many different spectrums, right? And so, but I've been through a lot and I've been able to overcome it. So I believe that everybody, you can overcome stuff. You 100% can. And so I will never go back to alcohol again. There's no way, not a chance. I will like, if I see the results that I've had now with stopping alcohol, never touch it again. Not a chance. Not a chance, right? And it's a hard thing, especially where I live in North America, because it's so conditioned in our culture. Everywhere you go, you're supposed to have a drink at a business meeting. You go home to families, everyone has a drink. Like, it's just custom in our culture, right? And you just grow up with it. And when you grow up around it all the time, it becomes your behavior, alcohol, right? So, yeah. So that was kind of like, and no more sluggishness. I just don't feel sluggish ever anymore. So that was good. And then, one thing that happened too, I'll leave you, talk with you guys about, there was somebody that left a comment. I think today I got to respond back to it. There's been quite a few people starting to send me messages now and stuff, which I really appreciate. And one of the comments today was, I'm with you. Thank you for being here. And so that was on one of my first videos. I got to go comment back. I just seen it before the thing. And that reminds me why I'm doing this. That reminds me, so like everybody watching this, understand when you guys leave a comment like that, and I seen your comment too, Shanae responded back to that. Thank you so much. When you guys do comment and you like the stuff and you share the stuff and, stuff like that, like, you don't understand how much I appreciate that and how I feel just those little things. Like, you might not think it's a big thing, but it is a big thing. It's a really big thing because I'm feeding off you guys, right? To keep going. And just the amount of support we've had. And, it's crazy. Like, some of our videos went 2.9 million views and stuff like that. Like, just, stuff. And you can just see how it's building, and it's building a strong community starting to come together. And it just takes time. What I'm building is harder than a fitness influencer or anything like that, because like I said, they just focus on one thing. And I'm focusing on so many different things to pull humanity together. So it's not an easy thing at all. But I want to thank you guys all for being here. And some of you guys that come back again and again, I really appreciate that a lot. And it's good because I love it because there's some of you that I'm starting to get to know too. I know where you're from. I know a little bit about you guys, right? And that's what I realize with IRL streaming. That's what's going to change the world in the end. When AI comes along so strong and all fake deep videos, I'm saying it wrong. Deep fake videos from AI, it's only going to be human, and we can connect and we can talk and stuff like that. So it's just so it's so critical. I'll kind of end tonight because it's my night, by the way, wherever you are in the world. I know some of you watching right now, it's your morning, right? Early morning, some of you, I know that. It's my night. And people always ask me, well, what would I be doing right now at the end of my night? So outside of like any family or friends being around, I try and get just by myself, and I write out my tasks for tomorrow. So always at the end of my night, I write out what I'm going to do tomorrow. Oh, it's 8 a.m. there. Hey, I was close, right? I was going to say 7 a.m. where you were actually. So I looked at my time and I was like, 7 a.m. where you are, but 8, I was an hour off. Tonight, I'll write down my tasks for tomorrow. And if you guys don't understand how I write down my tasks, just go watch one of my morning episodes. It's got AM on them, by the way, and it shows how I do my affirmations and I do all my tasks on them. I've done like 7 of them. And so I write out my tasks for tomorrow. Then I actually go through my business revenue before I go to bed and look at the numbers. And then I find what I'm going to program in my brain for the night to go into my subconscious mind. So this is my night routine. Like, this is how I end every night with, right? And like, it's a big part of why I have such strong confidence and belief and high self-esteem and feel good about myself and stuff like that. So people always ask me, like, what do I put into my brain at the end of the night? There's a lot of things on YouTube that you can actually just go on. I have some of my own stuff, but you can go on YouTube and look for like subconscious programming, falling asleep at night, and you can pick categories like a belief or confidence or compassion or whatever, and I fall asleep listening to that every night. And that goes into your subconscious mind. It goes into my subconscious mind, which 95% of what you do is run by your subconscious mind. So I do that. That's the end of my day. I give gratitude. I do a prayer, and that's it. Done. That's what I do. That's the end of my day. All right, my friends. So 20 minutes tonight. That's the new format. The 3 pillars, mind, heart, journey. You know my goals, what I'm working to get to. I'm going to show you the whole thing, everything behind the scenes. Take you guys on this journey with me. Connect with you. Try and help you guys in any way you can, shape or form. And, make the world a little better as we go. So again, everybody, thank you for showing up tonight. Anyone that watches our replays, thank you so much. And anyone that makes a comment, a like, and a subscribe, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I look forward to connecting with you tomorrow.